Folks, thanks for joining me this morning on That's My Farm. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson from Kansas State University, and today we're a little bit west of McPherson, a little bit north of Inman, with Adam and Kim Baldwin at Baldwin Farms. We're going to talk about their cropping operation, we're going to talk about their seed operation, we're also going to talk about some of the service that they do for the Farm Bureau's Sorghum Board, and blogging for all farmers and ranchers around Kansas and the world. Thanks for joining us. This is going to be a great show.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hey there folks, welcome to That's My Farm. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson from Kansas State University, and today we're just outside of McPherson, Kansas, and we're with the Baldwin family, Adam and Kim Baldwin. And thanks a lot for taking time out of your busy schedule, guys. I know that time is precious commodity for all of us, and for y'all to take the time, it's really special for us.
Well, welcome to Baldwin Farms. We're happy to have you.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Baldwin Farms. You know, it's a diversified operation, a history along that. What is the history of Baldwin operations?
Well, my dad is actually from start out in southeast Kansas, and he moved here in the late 70s to farm with my uncle, my grandpa, and whatever happened, it kind of decided they would split and have separate operations. And my grandpa gave my dad an 80 to a farm and a grain bin building business, and he raised hogs, and he kind of grew that to a sizable farm. And we're mostly a dry land grain operation with primarily wheat, and then corn, sorghum, and soybeans. And I came back in 2002, was able to pick up some ground when a neighbor retired, and we were able to kind of spin that off into my own operation where we work together, but we're kind of separate overlapping entities is kind of the best way to describe it.
Share when you need to, and
yeah,
keeping things separate when it's convenient or proper as well.
Well, I think Dad, he always wanted to make sure that I was making my own decisions and having my own successes and my own failures, but there's also the reality of economies of scale and being able to share some equipment, but also being able to build your own credit and stuff by owning some too, so in your own name. And that's just what we were trying to always build on. And
you bet. Well, I'm a third-generation veterinarian, and we had a family veterinary clinic, and I think it was good that they sold the veterinary clinic and I spun off into my own thing, and you kind of grow your own roots and develop your own business style and things to that. So I think it's just fantastic.
Well, we work, we work cooperatively yet separately. So during harvest time, during planting time, we're all working together for the common goal, and so that's kind of the nice and beauty of working with the multi-generations, is just having my in-laws right down the road, and being able to have Adam work side by side with his dad still.
And in addition to the farm, we also I have a channel seed dealership, and so that helps supplement the income a little bit when like the last few years when it doesn't rain, and with best intentions you still don't have crops. So
absolutely, especially when you're looking at dry land cropping, and we've seen this drought, and the drought situation takes a significant toll, not just on the immediate crops, but what we've seen for insurance and everything over the long haul.
It all adds together, that's for sure.
Yep. Well, we're going to dig more into your farming operation and what y'all do on the farm, outside the farm, dealerships, many different things. But thanks again for joining us. Thank you folks for joining us here on That's My Farm. We're going to take a break. We come back to McPherson, Kansas, here with the Baldwin family.
This hog is Hanover hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at beyondtheelevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Learn how gypsum improves your soil at the Midwest Soil Improvement Symposium Wednesday, August 13th at the K-State Alumni Center. Go to gypsoil.com for information.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hey there folks, welcome back to That's My Farm. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson from Kansas State University, and I'm here outside of McPherson, Kansas with Adam Baldwin. And Adam, I appreciate you spend some time with us. You have you're not only doing a lot for your own farm, but for a lot of people's farms with your service that you do outside, and we're going to talk about that in another segment. But let's talk a little bit about your graining operation, and what are some of the things that you've seen change during your career coming back?
Well, in this area has been, historically had been a continuous wheat area, and when we did that, I mean, there'd be guys planting wheat for 20 years on the same field, and the way to make that work was moldboard plow. And you know, that's really not probably the best farming practice in terms of erosion control and utilizing moisture. And there's been a pretty quick shift, it seems, to no-till and strip-till, and then just a more diverse crop rotation. It used to be guys would be 60–70% wheat. Now we're getting to maybe about 40–50% wheat in this area. I mean, it's still a good wheat area, but the row crops with our changing farming techniques and genetics have started working a lot better.
So what's been rotating in more in replace of the wheat? Sorghum? And
well, sorghum had always been the primary rotation, then soybeans and corn. I normally do a 2 to 3 year wheat, and then a corn, bean, milo, somewhere in that order, then back to wheat. We'd like to be 50% wheat. We try to do that the best we can, but in no-till that gets pretty tough to do. But it just seems like that's our most reliable crop. Yep. And it gives a nice residue layer that I sure like.
So when you talked earlier about diversifying into seed business, and Channel Seed is the business that you're running now. Can you tell me a little bit about your business?
Well, I started being a channel dealer in 2006, and back when it was Midwest Seeds, and it's, you know, we had some transition through the business, and we're Channel now, and it's just a really good company in terms of bringing hybrids and varieties to the market, and technology that has really allowed us to expand and diversify the operation, especially when you think about like products like Drought Guard. When we've been having these really dry spells, you know, the Drought Guard is proven to at least allow us to hold on. I mean, it's not desert corn by any means, but it helps.
Well, I appreciate you having time today. Folks, we appreciate you watching That's My Farm. When we come back to McPherson, Kansas after the break, we're going to talk more with Adam and Kim Baldwin here at Baldwin Farms. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you here in a minute.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Learn how gypsum improves your soil at the Midwest Soil Improvement Symposium Wednesday, August 13th at the K-State Alumni Center. Go to gypsoil.com for information.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We are having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Hey folks, it's Dr. Dan from Doc Talk and Ag AM in Kansas, and that's my farm. Be sure to stop in and join us at the Kansas State Fair. We're going to be down there, we're going to be walking around, we're going to be in the birthing center. Join us, come say hi, we can't wait to see you.
Farming is a tough business. With harvest looming, make the decision to rent your combine from Machinery Link. Machinery Link provides late model John Deere and Case IH combines delivered to your field on time, guaranteed. Machinery Link handles the cost of repairs, maintenance, and the other hassles that go with owning a combine, allowing you to focus your time and money on more important things. Don't miss your opportunity to reap the rewards that other Kansas farmers are already experiencing. Call today.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hey there folks, welcome back to That's My Farm, and today we got to meet the Baldwin family, Adam and Kim, and we're going to meet some more of them here in a little bit. But we had the first Common Ground tour. Which is, can you tell me a little bit about Common Ground?
Right. Well, Common Ground in Common Ground, Kansas is a group of farm women who are working to essentially bridge the gap between consumers and farmers, and to have conversations about food and farming. And so this was the first ever Common Ground Kansas farm tour that we hosted today, along with Derek and Katie Sawyer. And I thought it was a really great turnout. We had people from the Wichita area drive north out to the country and see how their food is produced. All of our food is produced.
Well, you know, I admire y'all for your service, because folks, when you think about farming and ranching, it's a busy enough occupation. We're already 100% employed, but these two are volunteering their time, not only with Common Ground, but also American Farm Bureau, or Kansas Farm Bureau, and the Sorghum Association. And hey, you know what? Phones ring all the time. Don't worry about it. You're busy. So let's talk a little bit about your service with Farm Bureau and Sorghum.
Well, with my sorghum actually started with Farm Bureau. I was appointed to the Feed Grains Committee for Kansas Farm Bureau, and then I was selected to be chair. Then a couple years ago, there was a position on the United Sorghum Checkoff Program came up, and Farm Bureau nominated me. I ended up getting selected to that, or appointed to that position. And through that, I've been able to be a representative on the U.S. Grains Council and currently serve on the Asia A-Team, advisory team, which has been really fun. For instance, we had talked before how I got a trip, I was on a trade mission to China to help promote U.S. sorghum, which in the meantime, since we did that, they're now, they have purchased 50% of our 2013 crop.
Wow. So
it was pretty cool to be involved and be part of that.
Yeah, and you are also involved with some of these activities outside of Common Ground?
Right. Our local Farm Bureau, McPherson County Farm Bureau, I'm a board member on the Women's Committee and some other committees, and so I stay busy with volunteering in that aspect, and I'm able to really you know, help out Adam with his service to Sorghum Checkoff and U.S. Grains Council, and hosting visitors out to our farm, whether they're from Japan or from just down the road.
Well, again, thanks to both of you. Folks, when you're watching the show and you're thinking about Kansas agriculture, you're thinking about agriculture in our country or global agriculture, here are two people that are not only in the trenches every day farming and ranching, but they're out there taking the time to help promote what all of us do, and we really appreciate it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit with Kim about some of her blogging.
Tar Waters has what you need for all seasons for around the farm and home. Working, hunting, growing, feeding, snow removal, even fun for the kids. And a service department with experienced techs to help keep your equipment in top running condition. Tar Waters has a huge selection and the best prices. Tar Water Farm and Home, family owned and operated since 1978. They have what you need. Learn how gypsum improves your soil at the Midwest Soil Improvement Symposium Wednesday, August 13th at the K-State Alumni Center. Go to gypsoil.com for information.
The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine is a leader in food animal research and education. Our researchers are constantly expanding the knowledge of animal health and food safety. Through the Veterinary Health Center and the Kansas State Veterinary Diagnostic Lab, we provide practical services for animal producers. Home of the Beef Cattle Institute, the college is committed to animal welfare training and research. The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine, knowledge and service for the future of animal production. Hey folks, Dr. Dan from Doc Talk. If you miss us on Monday morning, you can join us at 6:30 a.m. every Sunday morning on RFD TV. Doc Talk has a national following. We're sure glad that you joined us on Mondays, but if you miss us and you want to catch us out on a Sunday morning, get up at 6:30 a.m. and we'll be right there, RFD TV, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll see you down the road.
National Bank Ag Professional. You'll be in good company. They'll help you track expense lines, manage variable input costs, assess ground agreements, pick a crop protection plan. These times demand Ag Professionals. Central National Bank. You could profit from what they know. Ag operations run better on Central Time.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hey folks, welcome back to That's My Farm. We're west of McPherson, north of Inman, and we're here with Kim Baldwin. And Kim, you do a lot for agriculture, and you've been blogging. You've been telling people about agriculture. Talk to me a little bit about your background, first of all, and share your background with our viewers in what you've done in communications and networks and things of that nature.
Well, my background, I'm a California girl. I was born in California. I claim New Mexico as my home, though. That's kind of where my mom and dad settled after moving around quite a bit when I was younger. Dad was a hospital administrator. Stayed in New Mexico, went to New Mexico State University, and ended up working in television news for a while before a journalism teaching position opened up. So I started teaching in New Mexico. Somehow ended up in Missouri. My parents moved there. And then I met Adam online, and I ended up in central Kansas teaching English to high schoolers. So that's kind of how I made my way to Inman. And you know, I've always loved taking photographs. I've always loved shooting video and writing. And for me, the blog, which is Alive and Well in Kansas, has really just been that really great outlet for me to share with people my farm story as a farm wife, but also to let my friends and family know that I am alive and well in Kansas. So.
Yeah, well, and when you take a look at some of the things that we do with agriculture, and you look at sharing, if you can share, everybody, share with your friends and family about what we do, what's a more trusted source than that? Right,
right. And it's, you know, it's a way to get consumers to understand what's going on our farm a little bit better. I'm a mom now, so I guess you can consider me a mommy blogger, and just sharing the stories of life on the farm. A lot of my friends and a lot of my family do not have that background, and so when I told them I was moving out to Kansas to marry a farmer, they probably thought I was crazy. And so just being able to share those experiences with them to help them understand what's going on in my life, but also how the food is making it onto everybody's plate.
We're going to have to go to a break, but what's your website one more time for our viewers?
It's www.aliveandwellinkansas.wordpress.com.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for all you're doing. Thanks for taking time out of your schedule today. Now we're going to go meet some of the others in your family.
Sounds good.
Thanks for watching That's My Farm, and we're going to be back right after we take a little break.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information. Learn how gypsum improves your soil at the Midwest Soil Improvement Symposium, Wednesday, August 13th at the K-State Alumni Center. Go to gypsoil.com for information.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Hey folks, Dr. Dan from Doc Talk. If you miss us on Monday morning, you can join us at 6:30 a.m. every Sunday morning on RFD TV. Doc Talk has a national following. We're sure glad that you joined us on Mondays, but if you miss us and you want to catch us out on a Sunday morning, get up at 6:30 a.m. and we'll be right there, RFD TV, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll see you down the road.
This is the fast track to more jobs and America's energy independence. Advanced performance is here, now. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome. That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hey there folks, welcome back to That's My Farm as we wrap up our visit outside of McPherson and Inman, Kansas here with the Baldwin family. We have Adam, Kim, and this is Banks. How are you, Banks?
Can I shake his hand?
You good? All right. And so folks, this is the future of the Baldwin Farms and moving forward, and you know, you got to be thinking about that all the time.
Well, you do, and that's when Kim was pregnant, like the thing I was looking forward to the most was taking him to the co-op and just having him ride around with me, because I remember that with my dad, going to get pig feed, and we'd split a pop and a bag of M&Ms, and you know, that was just great memories, and hopefully we can share those as well.
Yeah, I think that's whenever you think about agriculture, you think about our businesses and that it's always great. And I tell you what, the days of me with my folks and my kids, they're growing up. Banks, you got a pretty good life.
And he loves riding combines and checking cows and meeting Papa at the elevator so he can unload wheat too.
Oh, do you unload wheat, Banks?
Do you unload wheat?
Do you unload wheat?
Do you help Papa unload
Do you get
wheat?
some pop when you go?
Hopefully not. Not yet. Say bye-bye.
Folks, thanks for watching That's My Farm. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson from Kansas State University. If you want to know more about That's My Farm or Ag AM in Kansas, you can find us on the web at www.agaminkansas.com. Thanks for watching us. We're here at the Baldwin Family Farms. Thank you guys for joining us too.
Thanks for coming.
Yep. Banks, bye-bye. Thank you all for joining us, and I'll see you down the road.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.